Welcome back to Let's Play the Capo 2. In the previous couple of parts, we had the, well, I don't even know if you could call it that, a revelation or anything like that, because it was pretty damn obvious. But whatever. What was I doing? I had always loved Koko, but no matter how I tried to tell her how I felt, it was like there was always an invisible wall between us. You know, lying down while recording may be more comfortable, but it certainly makes talking, commenting a bit awkward. That's why I always end up sitting awkwardly. And again, I must point out, I have a desk. Why do I never use it? But yeah, I can kind of see the point there. It always does seem to be the case, isn't it? You want to tell this person your feelings, but the words just don't come out. Even though it was such a simple thing to say. Pant. What? What? Wait. Maybe the reason for it is... I don't know if it's her mother or her father, but it's gotta be one of them, so I'll just go, coming! That wasn't Koko's voice. It was her mum, okay, coming! Hello, my name is Sakurai. Oh, Yoshiyuki-kun, what's the matter? Is, Koko-san here? She hasn't come home from school yet. What? Didn't you walk home with her today? Koko didn't come to school today, but her mum thought she was there. I'll go and look for her. What, Yoshiyuki-kun? Pant, where are you, Koko? It sounded like the vocals there were actually saying her name for a second there. I decided to go everywhere that I could think of. Pant, Koko! Get into the actual freaking mood here. There was no response. Where is she? I stared, checking the stores in the shop district. I didn't see her in the record store or the video rental store. How about the tree? Where else could she be? Maybe even the music room, but I don't know why she'd be there this time. The tree, damn it! I found her. Yeah, predictable location, if you ask me. Koko was sitting against the now dead everlasting cherry tree. She was holding her knees up close, curled up into a tight little ball. She was looking down and still hadn't seen me. Koko. She looked up at me in surprise. Her eyes were swollen. She must have been crying hard. Hey. What are you doing skipping school? Silence. Then she looked away from me and up at the cherry blossom tree. I also looked up. It really was dead. The tree that had blossomed in beauty for so many years. Now it was nothing but dead branches. It's dead. A familiar view. A view we had always taken for granted. We thought it would never change. Now it had become something completely unfamiliar. Because the plot wanted it to. But then this was how it was supposed to be. Nothing should remain unchanged forever. It just went back to normal. I smiled at her. Oh, come on. I mean, all the trees happen to die at the same time for no real apparent reason. There's gotta be a reason behind it. I preferred things that changed, but then again, I don't know. The tree had a misunderstanding of things just like me. I thought you were seeing Wataru. But things have gone right again. That's why this tree died and why I came here. Whatever, I came to see it. The cherry blossom tree's branches rustled in the wind. I love you, Koko. I told Wataru and Nanaka about that. I was stupid and I did horrible things to them.
but they're the ones who pushed me to come here. I apologize to Nanaka too. I also need to apologize to you. I'm sorry for misunderstanding you. Well, if I recall, there was a big misunderstanding for everyone, really, because no misunderstanding was cleared up till now. I always had feelings for you, but I was afraid of being rejected. That's why we had all those misunderstandings. Koko, will you be my girlfriend? She smiled for a moment, but her expression clouded over the next. Huh? You can tell me honestly how you feel. I'm prepared for anything. I didn't mind if she wanted to reject me. However, Koko shook her head. Koko.
私ね、もうすぐ島を離れてしまうの。せっかくヨシユキが好きって言ってくれたのに、私ここからいなくなってしまうの。だからヨシユキと一緒にいられないの。ヨシユキと付き合えないの。ごめんね。ヨシユキにもちゃんと話しておけば。 私が島を離れることをちゃんと話しておけば、そうしたらヨシユキもナナカと別れなくてよかったし。
I knew. Wataru told me that you were moving away from Hatsune Island. I don't care. Even if you leave the island, even if I never see you again, I will always love you. No one will ever replace you in my heart. That's why I came here. Even if it meant hurting Wataru and Nanaka, I had to tell you how I felt. I know it's going to be hard for us to be apart, but I still want you to be my girlfriend. Is that so wrong? Tears streamed down Koko's cheeks and she shook her head as hard as she could. You know, how come there was no mention of this in the other routes, now that I think about it? If she was moving away soon, then wouldn't the, ends of the other routes, like, have that mention kind of it? I mean, how far into the future do those routes go compared to this one? And I don't know. I held her tightly to my chest. Her small, slender body shook in my arms. She was carrying so much heavy thoughts inside that little form. You know, I just realized something. I'm not sure how many writers worked on this one, but usually visual novels have like 2 or 3 writers, and they like each have 1 or 2 routes to write. So now that I think about it, couldn't that end up making plot holes? It's like you could have a character route that goes into a like certain direction, but in the that has it like it's just. It could lead to something like that, couldn't it? I mean, if it's just one writer, you could, like, clear things up a bit. Like, you'll see things happening. Well, we have actually seen that, you know, things happening within the route and just like, we know what this character's reaction means and all that because of their route. We understand the character more and things like that. But, you know, it can lead to a bit of confusion, I suppose. I don't know. I'm rambling. I will love you even when we're far apart. Well, away, same thing. I'm pretty confident we can handle a long-distance relationship. Besides, it doesn't mean that we'll never be able to see each other. I'll be there to visit when I want to see you. I gently lifted my hand and wiped a tear from her cheek. Koko. I felt her soft lips kissing mine. It felt like time had stopped for us. I knew that the everlasting cherry tree was dead, but I thought I saw cherry blossoms in Koko's eyes. Well, that's a bit odd. You know, I have experience with long-distance relationship, and honestly, it worked for me, it didn't work for her. It's strange, really. With me, I kind of don't really mind the distance. You still get to see each other, you know? And, like, I feel the distance kind of, like, for me, just, like, it kind of balances things out. I mean, if you're seeing each other all the time, constantly, eventually you're gonna be like, oh, piss off, give me some room, space. I don't know. Koko lay inside my arms. Oh, wait. There hasn't been one of those scenes yet. I forgot about that. She was shaking and stared at me with teary eyes. We hugged each other, sharing each other's warmth. We held each other tightly to heal the distance between us. What distance? You've got no distance between you right now.
義行の鼓動すごく速いよ。
Yours is too.
私は大丈夫。
What do you mean?
これからすることちゃんと知ってるんだから。
Koko was still very innocent. She knew about it, but only as a subject for study. Koko was always trying to act mature by looking at sexy outfits in her magazines. What? You know, nothing even came of that, did it? It's just like that one comment, it's like, yeah, she looks sexy now. I was expecting at some point she was going to be dressed like that. That was a completely just like, oh, that's like a potential scenario. Forget it. And then kind of bring it back up again, but it's just like, forget it. And another thing that they forgot. That whole freaking on-air Coliseum thing. I thought we were going to see it a second time, but no, it looks like he's been kicked to the curb. That. What a shame. She read horoscopes and love advice pages and made a big deal about them. That's the kind of girl Koko was. Will you take the lead then?
いいよ。
Oh god, it's always awkward, these scenes. I just like... It's just... Well, it's like obviously off-screen those scenes and all, but the awkward part where it's like, you know, between that and it not being that, I don't even know how to word it, honestly. She was so cute that I had to kiss her cheek. Chew! Okay, I think we go back to on-screening. I just got on-screen this because look at that smug-ass face. Oh my god. That is just... We took a shower together before climbing back into bed. We both felt a sense of comfortable exhaustion. Oh god. That freaking smile, man. Huh?
やっと義行と一つになれた。
Yes. Koko smiled joyfully as she leaned on my chest. She isn't leaning on your chest, she's leaning on your arm. I held her hand and returned the smile. A smug-ass smile, I must say. Until this moment I never realized how deeply I was in love with her. We had come such a long way and hurt each other so much. I'm never letting you go. Yeah, I wonder if you two will be like, hey, just because you got, like, this everything's covered up. No. Inappropriate. Tears welled up in her eyes. Such a shy smile. In the days to come, Koko and I will be forced apart. But I don't want her to stop smiling. Even when we're separated, I'll always love her. This I swear.
私電話するからね。
Yeah, I'll call you every day. With this smug-ass smile. I'll come and see you every weekend.
本当？
Well, how far away is she moving anyway? Yeah, I'm worried that someone might take you away from me.
私は大丈夫だよ。それより義行が心配だよ。
Me? Why?
もう自分で全然気づいてないんだから。
It's like, what?
義行結構モテてるんだよ。
Among the guys?
それも困るけど。
I mean, I don't think the girls like me. That's because you are the densest character ever.
だから義行は鈍感なんだって。
I mean, it's unsurprising how many misunderstandings he goes through. I mean, seriously.
もう大丈夫かな。
I think it's the hair. Have you noticed that? I mean, the protagonist of Shuffle was pretty dense, and he had short black hair of a similar style. Maybe it's the hairstyle that does that. That's my theory. I gently stroked her hair. Her shoulders shook with a little thrill. Don't worry, I had no idea that was popular, because I am dense. I'm sure I won't realize it from now on either.
そっか。
Ignorance is bliss.
どうだね。
I suppose he's got a point there. She curled up close to me like a kitten. I love you, Koko.
私も好き。誰より。
It even has that wow wow wow. The object I desired for so long was now safely in my hands. I'm not going to let it go. I pledged to myself inside my heart of hearts. What? Koko! I am not going to let you go. With this smug ass smile on his face, Tororo looking at you from the desk. As Wataru is like, ah. It sucks being a secondary freaking sidekick character. You know, one comment I must make though is, why is it that you have characters like Koko, just like you got this adorable face, like, oh, adorable, and then suddenly, boom, 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 freaking huge, like, holy shit. I don't know, man, it's just weird. Also, I think Yoshiyuki probably made a comment on her underwear, I imagine, because it wasn't the kind of usual stuff. It looks fancy, and so I was like, he's bound to have made a comment on that. But honestly, I wasn't paying attention. I was kind of what's the word? I don't know, surprised, I suppose. I just like, holy shit. Also, man, her faces during that scene is just like, that was pretty goofy. Also, have we even heard this song in the credits before? Don't know if that could pick up there. I'm just kind of testing out the track here. Still can't quite figure out keys, like, just by hearing the song, but it seems every time I'm just able to just play, like, well, C major, and just like, it's true, I mean, a lot of songs are in C major. What surprises me is how they can spice it up. You can use the same chord progression over and over, but spice it up so it doesn't quite sound the same. It's weird. But that location was predictable though, wasn't it? Not just because of it being shown in the intro, but I wasn't even thinking that at the time. It was just like, it's gotta be the tree. It always is, like a location like that, isn't it? But I kind of agree with a comment quite a while back that Koko's route is kind of, out of the other routes, is kind of the, not as good route. I mean, it was alright, but it was kind of lacking.
待って待って、そんな早く走らないで。
Come here this way.
もう。
I pulled Koko by the hand and exited onto the roof. I could see the lights from the graduation party below us. Yeah. The stars are beautiful in the sky. Man, Yoshiyuki looks different like that, doesn't he? He looks like some kind of agent or something, just like Koko looked to the skies as I put on my sunglasses. Just like, Yoshiyuki, why are you wearing sunglasses that time, Liz? I don't know, I thought it'd look cool. You look like an idiot. Okay, I'll take them off then. The sports field was lit up with orange lights like a night festival. This was our last night at the affiliated campus. Our graduation was over and now it was party time. Our coffee stand was a huge success, but we off-screened it, and all the coffee and tea was sold out by the end of the evening. Naturally, a kind of special soup sold out right away. Afterwards, we all decided to go to the dance in the gym. But after a bit, Koko and I snuck out and came up to the roof. Actually, this whole thing reminds me of, Komori, I think her name was, from Little Busters. Yeah, what a great way to cap off the year. Wait, to cap off the year? Oh wait, no, you mean with school, yeah. If it was like the year in general, I mean it's already into a new year. One by one, the stands on the field closed up as the remaining students made their way to the dance. I heard lively music flooding out from the gym. I gripped Koko by the shoulder and edged up closer to her. Koko let me pull her along. We started up a series of awkward dance steps. It's fine, don't worry about the steps and just move to the music. We danced awkwardly along with the music. Is it the piano music? Every so often we'd laugh at each other's mistakes. We gazed at each other. She would be leaving the island soon, but I wasn't sad. I knew that I could visit her any time, and I could call her every day. I was going to miss her, but I wasn't sad. What he is sad is that he hasn't got a damn internet connection so they can talk a bit more. The tears shone in her eyes. You cry a lot, you know that? I love you, Koko. I'll come and visit you straight away. Will he have money to do that often, though? Yeah. I caressed her cheek. Koko closed her eyes. She lifted her face up to mine and waited for my kiss. Koko. I felt her breath as our lips pressed together. What? Koko and I pulled away in panic and started an awkward dance. Mine looked a little like a festival dance, but Koko's was more like a weird folk dance. They just suddenly appear. The next moment, the beautiful Nanaka broke out into the same weird folk dance. Such a beautiful girl, but... That's enough, girls. It wasn't pathetic, now stop talking about my dance moves. Man, way to wreck the mood, guys. Then where am I supposed to flirt with her? No way! Never in a million years. Tara and I fooled around and roughhoused with each other. We may have graduated, but nothing had changed. Well, except, you know, being in a relationship and Koko moving away eventually. That's right. Nothing at all had changed between us. But I guess with Wataru, nothing has changed. Things hadn't changed between Koko and Nanaka either. It was so simple all along. Our friendship will never change no matter who falls in love with who.
ねえねえ、そろそろ打ち上がるよ。
We stopped fighting as Nanaka spoke. We stood by the guardrails and looked up at the dark sky. Then we heard a big bang. The first fireworks screeched as it flew up into the sky. And then... bang! Sparkle, sparkle. They were shooting off fireworks from the mountain near our school to celebrate our graduation. All the students began pouring out of the gym and started looking up at the sky. Bang! Sparkle, sparkle! And bang! Tomoya! Sounded like you said Tomoya then. A gigantic flower made of light bloomed against the dark spring sky. Blossoms red, green, and blue scattered up above us. We all smiled as we watched the fireworks. The four of us held hands together and lifted our arms in sync with the fireworks. Bang! Sparkle, sparkle! It's amazing!
わあ、すごい綺麗。花火でかい。
Koko was moving away, but I was sure I'd see her again soon. And maybe we could do the band again, all together. We'd be waiting for her to return home. You have no face. He's joined, it's kind of funny to say it like that, isn't it? It's what's-his-face from, Go-Go Nippon. He has no face. Nah, I don't think this one's in that key. No. That doesn't seem to be E. Nah, I don't know. I'm still kind of only getting around to figuring out how keys work. The DJ was in Japanese. Match third party content soft. I wonder if that's what it is. Maybe it's... I don't know why I'm even doing this. just randomly improvising through that. Whenever I just play along to something, just like start randomly improvising like that, I just kind of like, that's kind of like my way of figuring out a key these days, I suppose. So if any of that kind of went together, it could have potentially been F sharp major. I'm not entirely sure though. I'm not really familiar with that key. But it seemed to work. It's like... Now, speaking of, well, kind of off subject, really, is that actually learning a bit of the dominant Phrygian has a nice sound to it. Has a bit like a kind of Eastern yet Western at the same time. It's like, it has a Wild West sound to it, has an Egyptian sound to it, has like a kind of Indianish kind of sound to it. It's quite an interesting scale, but it's entirely off subject, so back to the point. That route, out of the routes that we've gone through so far, it was obvious how the outcome was going to be. It was obvious what everything all meant, and it didn't even get back to that dream that he had. So I'll just mention it. It was obviously Koko. I mean, do I really need to say that? I mean, it's so obvious. That was Koko and her family. But he never brought it back up again, did he? So that route, it was okay, I suppose, but it was just too painfully obvious that the misunderstanding was going to end up with Yoshiyuki being like, I'm such an idiot. It was a little too predictable. And it felt like it kind of like could have had more to it. But it kind of like, I don't know. It kind of reminds me a bit of Kaide's route, or most of the routes from Shuffle, really. I mean, comparing the two, for example, like, in Shuffle, once you get to a Kaide's route, it goes on for like a few scenes and that's it. You don't really get too much from it, it seemed, really. Particularly with Kaide's, which is kind of one of the reasons I kind of got flashbacks to that route with this. Also because, like, it's the, you know, typical childhood best friend kind of thing, isn't it? It kind of shares a similar kind of feel to it, doesn't it? But, I think we'll go with Utne's route next. So, we'll start on that next time. I was originally gonna go with Yume's route first, but with the comment mentioning that there'll be some things in her route that might not make too much sense until we go through Utne's route, so I think we'll go for Utne's route first. Then Yume's route, and then the special route, secret super duper route that I have no idea how it works or anything, but there is an entirely different route that comes after completing all the routes. And I don't really know how it works, but yeah, get to that after clearing these two routes. So yeah, that was Koko's route. See you next time for Utne's route. See you next time, viewers. See you next time. Hold on just a minute there. You forgetting something. Well, yeah, this right here. Forgot about this. So next time we won't actually start on a new route. We'll be loading from this save state to get an alternative Nanaka route, I think it is. So that'll be interesting. I kind of get how it would work, because if you pay attention to Nanaka throughout the whole thing, and you say, a no, then it could potentially lead to Nanaka instead of Koko, because we didn't really focus on Koko in this lead up to this part of the route. So I suppose it must make a difference, because it does seem to be an optional kind of alternative way. I don't know how much the route differs, but yeah, we'll actually get to that next time. So for reals now, see you next time, viewers. See you next time.